Imagine being in my cockpit, 35,000 feet in the middle of the night over the North Atlantic. It's dark, it's quiet. The only real light in the cockpit is coming from the stars through my cockpit window and the glow of the instrument panel. And as you're thinking about those stars, you're struck by a question. Do I matter? Followed by another question. Am I doing what I can to help my children understand their ability to impact their world? Many years ago, I had the opportunity to attend U.S. Army's Parachute Training Jump School out in Fort Benning, Georgia. Now, jump school is a 3-week course. Let's call the first 2 weeks ground school. That's where we learned all the technical skills required to jump out of airplanes, which we then did in week 3. We made 5 jumps to earn our parachutes badge. 5 times. 5 times I jumped out of perfectly good airplanes. I was young. Now, jump school's in South Georgia. So if I told you that I was in South Georgia in August, you would tell me that it was hot and humid. Thank you. It was hard to breathe down there. Now, here's something you probably understand about parachuting. You probably understand that when you have this nice big open parachute over here, you come down slower than if you don't. It's kind of the point. But something you may not understand about parachuting is that even when you have this big fluffy parachute here, you can still hit the ground pretty hard. And if you're not in really good shape, you can be injured. So one of the things jump masters work really hard on is making sure everybody's in the best possible physical condition before we go out there and jump out of those airplanes. So I did a lot of sit-ups, a lot of push-ups under that Georgia sun. Last day of ground school, Friday morning, week 2. The jump masters showed up with a lesson that was going to be cloaked in physical conditioning. It really had nothing to do with those technical skills I was just telling you about. They wanted to show us just how far we could go. So lead jump master orders everyone to fall in airborne. Now you got to understand, at jump school, everybody is airborne. Doesn't matter if they're talking to one person or a group, they're always addressing airborne. So fall in airborne means line up in this platoon formation. And then he says, all right, everyone, now we're going to go for a 1-mile condition and run. Forward, march. Double time, march. And we were off and running. And let's just say the jump master established a brisk pace. But then he got faster. Then he got faster again. So by the time we got to the end of that course, we were at an absolute, lung-searing, heart-pounding sprint. Really glad to see that finish line coming up. But that's when the other shoe dropped. Great job, airborne. Now we're going to go for another mile. Oh, well, a bunch of the guys dropped out of the platoon. They just knew they couldn't go another mile. Well, most of us somehow managed to keep running. But we only went another 40, 50 yards until the jump master called us to a halt. Quick time, march. Platoon, halt, fall out. And as we were trying to catch our breath, the lead came back around to the front of the group to deliver the lesson of the day. All right, airborne, now you understand that if you believe you can keep going as long as you need to, you're probably right. And you also understand that if you believe you can't, as he pointed back at our friends who'd given up just a few yards short of the end. Probably right about that too, airborne. Because you see, it's always mind over matter. You can keep going as long as you need to. You just need to know you can. Folks, are you telling the ones following in your footsteps that they're good enough? That they're strong enough? That they have the ability to stay in the process as long as they need to find that way over, under, around, or through whatever challenge they're facing? The conclusion I came to at 35,000 feet that night was that we all matter. And that our children are looking to us for guidance on how to find their significance. Would you like to create a legacy for 1,000 generations? I invite you to join me today in giving our children permission to know they can. It's been a pleasure to speak with you today. Thank you so much for listening.